Welcome back to my channel. So, as you'll see in next week's video, I decorated my house for fall. And I was sitting out, my hands are wet, so it's like catching my hair. I was sitting here and I was like, what am I gonna film? Like, what? What am I gonna film? What am I gonna film that I haven't already filmed? Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I have been struggling with the makeup portion of my channel, and I never thought that would happen, but it has. And then I was like, you know what I haven't filmed? A fall must-haves. Like, I'm in a fall mood. Obviously, I have a cute cardigan on. So, we are going to do my fall must-haves makeup, and I'm actually going to do a full face of it that way and explain every single thing as to why. So, starting out, we have these little clips from Amazon. I think they're like $6 or $7. It really just, it helps A, get my hair out of my face, and then B, it helps keep it nice and flat instead of, you know, crinkling it. We don't want that. Okay. So my first thing on my fall must-haves, it's actually a two-part primer. We have the Smashbox Love Ritual primer water. I say any of their primer waters. Let me actually make sure. Here we go. Because it just refreshes the skin and gets it ready for that application. And then on top of that, it just, all of their primer waters smell amazing. I know some people are highly against fragrance in their makeup or their skincare or whatever it may be, but I can't get enough of it. It puts me in the mood to put on makeup. And then the second part is the Pure 4-in-1 Correcting Primer. It doesn't really blur my pores or anything like that, but or primer, not primer water. But when I combine it with the primer water, my skin just, it feels so hydrated. If it does have, my skin does have any redness, this does help correct it. So, definitely check that out. All right. So here's the thing with foundation, and this is where it kind of gets tricky. I haven't really been wearing a lot of foundation because COVID and the mask and all of that. So I really haven't been reaching for foundation, but there's a but here. When I do actually reach for foundation, I actually don't have a foundation that I really gravitate towards. Yeah, I like the Wet n Wild, and I like my Milani cream to powder, but because I'm not using a whole bunch of foundation and because I'm actually really happy with where my skin is right now, I feel like I just need to even out my skin tone, and that's where the Stila Skin Souffle comes in. So I'm gonna be honest, this really isn't my shade, so I'm gonna show you what I do. So I take a little bit on a brush, and I go dab, 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 dab. Okay, you can see it's not my color, but that's okay. That's okay, because a lot of the times when I am using this, I skip bronzer. And then I also have highlighter. I really just, when I'm using this, I notice I mainly just contour. So we're just gonna buff this into the skin real quick. But this does even out my skin tone, even though it's not the right shade. And it's nice. It really is. Make sure you get your shade though. That way you don't have to do what I'm about to do. I think that's the only reason this is not in like a consistent favorites. It matches the rest of my body though, because like the rest of my body is pretty tan. And no, not because of spray tan or anything like that. It's just tan because I don't put a lot of sunscreen on my body itself. So this actually ends up working nicely for me because while it doesn't necessarily match my skin or my neck, it does match the rest of my body. So then I take a sponge, make sure it's nice and damp, and then I just press it in all over. And you can see it really does even out my skin tone. And what I really like about it, it's super light, so I don't necessarily have to press it in. I can just take my sponge, as long as it's damp, and just kind of move it where I need it. It moves very easily. And then I just finish pressing. And that's it. So like now my face matches my body. Alright. Y'all have heard me rave about this so much, and I'm so sick. I'm so sure you're sick of hearing about it. But for concealer, it's the Doll10 T.C.E. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is seriously one of the best concealers I have ever tried on this planet. It covers everything, and then on top of that, I got it too light for me. So when I use the Stila Skin Souffle, this just, it evens everything out. Plus it has this kind of applicator, as you can see. Focus. So this kind of applicator, so it's also very cooling. And I use the shade Fair, and I just put a little bit on the applicator and then tap it under my eye. A little bit seriously goes a long way, guys. No joke. No joke. And then I will do a little bit there, a little bit here, and a little bit here. And if I need, I'll leave the top off for a second. That way if I need more to really even this out, I can. But yeah, we just press, 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 press. And another reason I actually don't mind the Stila being too dark is because it kind of bronzes and contours for me when I'm using this particular concealer. Because the concealer, again, it's too light for me. My own fault. The only downfall, because this concealer is so thick, you have to move very fast. Like, we're doing this real time here. Like, completely, we're not editing this part. Because this is seriously how quickly you have to move. And that's also another reason you want to make sure your beauty sponge is damp. Because if it's not, oh, you're going to have trouble blending. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of the primer water and just spritz my face real quick. Mainly where my eyes are, so I can blend this out. Because yes, it blends nicely, but that little extra primer water really just kind of moistens it up to blend it. Make sure it's a nice even blend. So if I really want to take it that extra notch to just make sure I don't have to bronze or contour, which I kind of don't feel like doing, I'm going to be 100% honest. Take some of the T.C.E. And then blend. This is like a great trick for if your foundation is too dark, but your concealer's actually too light. Got you. Oh. Okay. So we do need to set our face. We can't just leave it like this. I mean, we can, but we're not going to. Okay, so for setting powder, y'all have seen me reach for this so much. This is the Doll10 HD Refocusing Powder. And y'all, I don't know. I'm not into like the heavy sheens, but this powder, it just makes me look healthy. Now it does have a sheen to it. I'm not gonna lie, you can see it. It does have a sheen to it. So beware of that. But it's just, and I just literally like tap, tap, and then press it into my skin. And then once I get to my neck, I'll buff. But a little goes a long way, and it just, my skin looks healthy. Like, it looks healthy and glowy, and I can't get enough of it. I really can't. Alright, so I'm not going to use them, but I will talk about them. My two bronzers. One I use to contour, one I use to bronze. My contour is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Saddle. As you can see, she's very loved. And then for bronzer, my go-to is Dalton, the Golden Pearl Body Bronzer. It's worked with literally every single thing I have. And I love her. So you can see my skin does have a sheen to it. I'm not complaining. It's very pretty. It's very glowy. It's very natural. But we do need to do brows. So I'm really trying to get away from the Brow Pomade and find a pencil that is like my ride or die, and I love her so much, and blah blah blah, woo woo woo. I'm struggling finding one. Like, no joke. It's not happening. So if you have a ride or die pencil, list it down below. But my current thing that I use every single day for my brows is my e.l.f. Brow Pomade and my Jeffree Star brush. So we're actually gonna do this super quick and off camera. Okay, so one reason I'm really trying to step away from the Brow Pomade is because I really want to start doing more natural brows, and pomade just doesn't do that. It doesn't. Pomade just doesn't do that. Alright, so for blush, y'all see we're literally blowing through this video. For blush, it is the Soap and Glory Love at First Blush. It is a cream blush stick. It does have some shiny pigments in there. There's something in my eye. There's legit something in my eye. Whatever. Alright, so we're just gonna I know it looks like a lot, but it really isn't, because it blends out beautifully. If you need to get that face damp, go in with a little more of this primer water. I'm telling y'all, this is like a magical fix-all. It's magical. it just like continues with that like pretty flushed glow. And while I have a little bit on, like it's just that pretty natural glow. And like we haven't contoured or anything. We've literally done concealer, foundation, setting powder, and blush. Just saying. Just saying. Alright. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't have an eyeshadow that I'm like, yes. Like lately, if I'm being 1000% honest with y'all, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I've been doing. Take a flat brush. I'm gonna like give y'all a second to see if you can guess it before. Any guesses? Any guesses? So it's actually something we got from BoxyCharm. And I'm not gonna lie, this has literally pretty much been my look lately. It's simple. It really makes my eyes pop. And it takes like little to no effort. And it's actually a high-end product. Well, high-end-er for BoxyCharm. Any guesses? So it is the HourGlass Scattered Light Glitter Shadow in the shade Burnish. And because it's like it's not really like a paint pot, but it's not really like a loose shadow either. I literally just take the brush, throw some on, call it a day. And I'm literally not joking. Like that's it. And then I go in with, of course, a favorite. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And I call it a day. Now, if I'm actually going somewhere where I can take off my mask, I will do lips, but hold on, because I need to fix this. Alright, sorry, I had some shadow run off, because that was nasty when I put it on. So, if I am going somewhere where I'm allowed to take my mask off, I take one of my Doll10 liners. Fame has been really one of my go-to. This is what she looks like. She's like a pretty pink. And then I will go in with my Dalton lip crayon in Pinky Swear. And that's it. Like, no joke, this has legit been my go-to. Like, this has legit been my go-to. I will set my face with Super Goop SPF setting spray. And that's it. So these products are definitely my ride or die. I will link down the Doll10 website. I am so surprised how much I really like their items. I know this almost feels like it is a Doll10 sponsored video, but it really isn't. I'm just genuinely that impressed with their makeup. That concealer got me hooked like that. So also, do we like my nails? I got dip. Okay. That is pretty much my life right now. Alright guys, I am gonna go. I hope this video was informative, and I hope maybe I opened up your view on some products that you may or may not want to go try. If you haven't tried some Doll10 products, definitely go try them. They are amazing. I do really like them. I can't. They're good products. As you can see, this is it really is just like a quick look, and it's not using a lot of products, and it's not a lot of work. And I mean, let's face it, it's hot. Like, it's hot in New Orleans, and I'm not about like ready to put on like lots and lots of makeup just to be like sweating it off, guys. I'm not about that. I don't want to waste my makeup. And then on top of that, we're still in a mask mandate, and I don't want to waste a whole bunch of makeup that you can't see, especially lip products. So I personally have held off on buying any makeup. It's crushing me. It's crushing my soul because there's so much out there I want to buy. But alright guys, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a great weekend, and I will see you Wednesday for our vlog. Oh, we did not get one posted this week. I ran into some personal issues that I choose to not disclose at this time. So, yeah. Alright, but I do hope you enjoyed this video, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great week. I love you.